Alright, so hello and welcome back to Books and Things, and today I'm going to be doing my TBR video for the BookBuddyAthon. The BookBuddyAthon is hosted by Eleanor from Eleanor Reads Books and Janet from Swirly Girl Reads and takes place this week starting from the 8th of May up until this Sunday. And basically the premise of the BookBuddyAthon is that you do a readathon with a buddy. So you pick someone else on BookTube or who you know from somewhere else in your life who you want to read books with, and you buddy read a book together, and then you do a series of other challenges based around like picking books for each other and that kind of thing. And I just thought this sounded like a really fun readathon. I haven't done it before, but me and Caroline from BBC Girl 520 we're going to buddy read a book this week anyway, so we thought we might as well combine it with this readathon and read a few more things as well. Now, I'm not actually sure how much reading I'm realistically going to get done this week because it's my birthday on Wednesday, so I have various like celebrations and seeing of friends and family and that kind of stuff. So I really don't think I'm going to get through 5 books in a week, especially as the books I have picked out for the challenges aren't short ones. But I think my aim would be to read 2 of these 5 books this week and basically to continue on with those other books in the rest of the month. Like, I might not even start all of these this week, I don't know. But I have only finished one other book so far in the month of May, and it's still fairly near the beginning of May, so basically I will use this as my TBR for the rest of the month, as I'm definitely not going to be finishing all of these books this week. Anyway, on to actually what I'm going to be reading for the readathon. So the first challenge is just to buddy read a book together, and for that me and Caroline are going to be buddy reading Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson. Both of us have been meaning to read this for ages, and I know Caroline is currently trying to work out what of the Penguin English Library books she wants to purchase because they're going out of print now and there's not many around, and she wants to collect as many as possible but also not to spend all the money in the world. So she's trying to read lots of books that are in the series that she's thinking of getting to work out which ones she wants to get, and I've been meaning to read it for a really long time anyway. I don't know why I haven't read it, and it's very short, so it's not going to take us very long, so we're going to be buddy reading that probably in like the second half of the week, and I'm really looking forward to reading it because I feel like I've heard a lot about it and it's vaguely like seeped into popular culture, but I don't actually know that much about it, and I really enjoyed Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by him, so yeah, I think it should be good. Next is to read a book that your buddy picks for you. The idea is that you tell your buddy 3 books that you own and they pick which one of those books you should read. So the choice I gave Caroline was between Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, The Essex Serpent by Sarah Perry, and Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie, and the book that Caroline has picked for me to read is Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. I'm very excited to read it. Partly because I own this very beautiful edition with lots of like pretty illustrations and like really lovely stuff, and I'm really excited to read it from this because I think it'll be a really fun reading experience, and also because Jen Campbell's discussion video on Peter Pan has been in my watch later playlist for a month, and I keep on moving it to the bottom because I knew that I wanted to read it soon. I wanted to watch the video after I'd read it, and I would like to be able to finally watch that video because I think it will be really good. So I might be able to finish this week because the writing is quite big and there are quite a lot of pictures, but it's also really beautiful, so I probably don't want to take it on my commute, so it depends on how much time I actually spend in the flat this week. We shall see. Next challenge is to read a book with your buddy's favourite colour on the cover. So Caroline's favourite colour is blue, so I'm going to go for this blue book, which is Any Human Heart by William Boyd. This is not a short book. I'm not going to be finishing this week. I might not even start it this week, but I will definitely try and read it this month. I'm really excited to read this because I think this is now the book that I've had for the longest on my shelves without reading. I've owned this for about 7 or 8 years. I bought it when the BBC miniseries was on, which was quite a long time ago now. I stopped watching the miniseries halfway through because I wanted to read the book instead and then didn't read the book, so it probably is really about time. So even if I don't get to this week, I will certainly try and pick this up later this month, and I'm really looking forward to it. Like, from the TV series, I think it's definitely the kind of thing I would love. I believe that it's about a man looking back over his life and various relationships he's had in that life, and that it spans like a really big chunk of the 20th century, and I love books that span like a really long period of time and deal with like a lot of British history. I really enjoy that kind of book, so I'm really looking forward to this. We shall see how it goes. Next challenge is to read a book that begins with the first letter of your buddy's name. So Caroline's name obviously begins with a C, so I'm going to be starting The Crimson Petal and the White. Obviously not going to be finishing this week, but I would like to start it. I realised that I only have on my shelves 2 books that begin with the letter C. One of them is this one, The Crimson Petal and the White, and the other is The Count of Monte Cristo, that I've had on my shelves for like 5 years and keep on meaning to read. And I suddenly realised, when I was looking at both of these books, that my copy of The Count of Monte Cristo is abridged, which means I'm not going to read it from that copy anyway, because I'd rather read the full edition. I don't really want to read an abridged book. So that kind of leaves me with The Crimson Petal and the White, that I have been meaning to read for ages. I'm really, really hoping to like The Crimson Petal and the White. It is set in 1870s London and has been recommended to me by both Olivia Pope and Jen Campbell, who have both said that I will love it, so I'm really, really hoping to like this one. Again, definitely not going to finish it this week, might not even start it this week, but I'm really hoping to pick it up this month. Hopefully this week, but we will see. I think it should be really good. I'm so excited. I've been meaning to read this for such a long time, so yes, high hopes for this one. And then the final challenge is just, because your buddy wants you to be happy, pick any book that you would like to read this week. And for this challenge I will be reading Hard Times by Charles Dickens, partly because I love Charles Dickens and partly because my not so hypothetical Victorian literature course video on industrialisation in North and South and Hard Times will be coming up later in the month of May, so I really need to reread this. I have reread North and South now, which was a beautiful, joyous experience, and if you want to know more about that you can watch my wrap-up where I spend like 6 minutes in my wrap-up just saying that North and South is brilliant over and over again, effectively, but you know, I really love North and South a lot, and I know I don't love Hard Times as much as North and South, but I'm really looking forward to seeing how they compare and talking about how they compare in my video, so I'm really excited to reread this. This is Dickens' shortest novel by quite a long way, and I do know it really well. This will probably be my 4th time reading it, I'd say, so I think I should get through it fairly quickly, and I'm really looking forward to reading it this week and hopefully managing to film the video for the Not So Hypothetical Victorian Literature course next weekend if I can. So yes, that is basically what I will be reading in the next week, or possibly 2 or 3, depending on how this week goes in terms of reading. Like I said, it's my birthday on Wednesday, so this week is a little bit crazy in terms of busyness. But I have 5 books here that I'm really excited to get to this month, if not this week, and we will see how it goes. I will link down below the channels of Eleanor and Janet, who started this readathon, and I'll also link down below Caroline's channel as well as her TBR and announcement video for this readathon as well. Caroline and I are also both going to do the BookBuddyAthon tag that Eleanor created, which is basically where you come up with 5 questions for each other. Mine will probably not be up during the readathon, it'll probably be up after the readathon. It'll probably be up next week on Monday because, like I said, it's quite a busy week and I'm not sure how much time I'm going to have to film, but regardless, I hope you will enjoy it when it appears eventually. So that's all I wanted to say today. I hope you're having a good week and I'll be back very soon with another video.